Hi everybody, I'm here again with Melissa Barlas, Director and Founder of Conveyed. How are you, Melissa?
I'm very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Melissa is also a property lawyer. Today we are talking about the difference between commercial contracts and residential contracts and what should people be on the lookout for?
Yes, very good question. There are some key differences when it comes to commercial. Just a small handful of differences. Very important, regardless of whether you're buying commercial or residential, definitely get either or reviewed. But when it comes to commercial, there's a couple of things that come to mind with that you kind of have to think about beyond residential. So for the purpose of this question, I'm going to stick to the additional considerations involved with commercial property as compared to residential that you'll see in commercial that you might not necessarily see with residential. So the first one, classic, is GST. So
Yes.
going back to that recommendation about getting the contract reviewed, it enables you to uncover, does this transaction involve GST in addition to the price that I'm paying for this commercial property? And or whether it's a property that's being sold subject to, say, a going concern, which won't necessarily attract GST. That's effectively GST free. So that's something that you can get your solicitor or license or experienced licensed conveyancer when it comes to commercial involved with and review and advise you about. So thinking about the GST considerations and putting that within your budget as well, very important. And making sure you're not paying too much as well. So it's very important with commercial property. You may wish to think about engaging, say, a property valuer to assist with valuing the property and the assets that come with it in helping you determine what does my offer need to look like for this. Is what the vendor what is the vendor asking for, and does that align with what the actual market value of this property is? So that's very important when it comes to commercial. And then thirdly, there's many commercial properties that have commercial leases attached to them. So if you're going in knowing what you want to use the property for, very important consideration is, is this fit for purpose? Am I actually allowed to do what I'm wanting to do with this property? Are there any fixtures in the property that belong to the tenant that I need to be thinking about that don't come with me, that I'm thinking might come with me, but
Good
don't?
point.
Do I need to negotiate that into the contract? Into the lease. So there's a few things that we need to look at when looking at the commercial lease. So that's just an example of a couple of things. So they're effectively the key differences that you'll see in a commercial that you won't necessarily see with residential.
Really good points. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.